on to the potential to repatriate these ancestral remains. That is, to return them to the communities that they belong to. This is not something that I have discussed at length in this talk, partly because this research hopefully has the potential to prompt more conversations around repatriation of these collections. And so far, there has been no documented repatriation of African remains from the Anatomical Museum. So, while this project has gone some way to better understand these collections, there is still a very long way to go in this kind of research, both with the Anatomical Museum and further afield. The catalogues are not publicly available and thus create a barrier between the records themselves and the outside world. Easier access to important information about ancestral remains will offer a lot of transparency to the wider public and may help communities to identify ancestors that they wish to be repatriated. And this perspective that I have also aligns with some of the recommendations from the University Race Review as well. This research also signals the need for larger scale research across the skull collections and anatomical records as a whole at the University of Edinburgh that might identify more connections across the collections, such as the prevalence of student donors and other connections across the materials. There are increasing calls for repatriation of ancestral remains and objects that are making it to the news and public eye more. Everyone in this room, people at home, you will likely have seen more of these stories appearing in the news cycle. This is a really important discussion that needs to be had and not shied away from. As a society, we need to be discovering where can more provenance research be done to understand and properly document the ancestral remains held in our UK institutions, and how can we support repatriation. Repatriation is a process that requires careful consideration, supporting research, and is often assessed on a case-by-case basis, so is also quite time-consuming, so this needs to be factored into approaches that are taken.